Hi folks, this is James from Kimberley Campers HQ, taking you through the Kimberley Kruiswagen and actually backfeeding the starter battery from what we've got from your house batteries. So there's a couple of things here. Is your starter battery does actually have to be in the low position, so like the voltage has got to be down below the 12.2 volts for it to actually backfeed. Now obviously we set it up that the alternator goes through a relay in the vehicle, which then goes into our power hub that then charges the battery through the alt in. Now that is a bi-directional cable, so what that'll do is like with a couple of soft switches on your Ecoflow console, you're able actually to switch that by direction, so you can take some power at a controlled rate from the actual Ecoflow battery down through the power hub, through the alternator, through the vehicle itself, and down into the house battery. Now to get this moving, you do actually have to have your ignition on in the vehicle, and then the second part to that I'll go through right now. When you first come to your power console for the actual backfeeding, there's a few things you need to be aware of what's going on. So these menus we actually access on the input screen. You go into the input screen, then go into the menu and input. We've got two items on here. We've got idle vehicle charging and charge the starter battery. So the first bit, idle vehicle charging, is that just if you were on idle, then the vehicle or the alternator would be charging the power hub as you're sitting there idling. Now this here, there's some parameters that works by. When you turn this off, then it will still charge while the vehicle's running, but there's actually an accelerometer in it, and it picks up if there's movement or not. So only when there's movement will it charge. Otherwise, when the vehicle stops, it'll stop charging the house battery, unless you've got this turned on here. So if we ran into the scenario where your house battery on your vehicle was actually run down, the process of understanding the system is actually with the charging the starter battery, which is down here. Now that there will only kick in when your starter battery is at a certain level. So it does go through the alternator cable, so that's a bi-directional charge port that goes through there. So obviously when you're driving, the alternator goes through from up the cable into the power hub gets elevated up to about 1600 watts or whatever it is, 70 amps that we've got it set for as the charging current here, and from there that'll go into your 48 volt battery. Now with the reverse side of that, there is there's two things you have to be aware of. So if your starter battery was low or flat, what you have to do is you have to come into the same menu, you turn off the vehicle idle charging or idle vehicle charging, and you turn that on there. Now that one there will actually kick over a relay, and then what that does is that'll start backfeeding into the actual starter battery down your cable. You do need to make sure that your ignition is on the vehicle, because there's a couple of relays that need to be open there to get back. But essentially, to charge the battery, that should stay on. Now that can be a little bit iffy depending on which version you're on, that the starter battery had to be below a certain voltage level for this to actually kick in. But obviously with updates, if you've got the latest update, like this one here, it should stay on. And now that's actually trickle charging back into your starter battery.